Welcome to the Healthspan Collective, the podcast where science and wellness converge. I'm Nicole Doran, and I'm thrilled to have you join us as we dive into the world of regenerative medicine, integrative health, and the latest science and trends shaping how we live healthier for longer. Today's guest is Natalie Lefevre, lifestyle and wellness influencer and host of the Legacy Lyfe show. Natalie is a global voice in the biohacking and longevity space, known for blending science-backed wellness and luxury lifestyle. As the force behind Island Natalie, she inspires a worldwide audience to take charge of their health, live intentionally, and age with power. From exotic retreats to cutting-edge health tech, Natalie is all about turning high-performance living into an art form. Natalie Lefevre, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here because we've been friends for so long, so I'm glad we're actually having this talk.
I know. I think we met a little over a year ago, right?
Yeah.
And we were fast friends.
Yes.
You are so interested in everything we do at Pureform, and I was so interested in your journey and your lifestyle and just how you incorporate. I think you're somebody who really practices what they preach, which is rarer than you would think, you know?
I mean, I cheat sometimes. I have, I have my moments.
Well, you have to. That's part of living, in my opinion. But I think one of those interesting things about you is the way that you were raised, because you live in the U.S. now, but you were raised in the Seychelles, correct?
Yes. I was raised in the Seychelles Islands, born there.
Okay.
Daddy from there, mother German, lived in Munich, and then came to Houston, Texas when I was about 8 years old. So I always say I'm Texan by heart.
It is like quite the just difference in cultures. Like I don't know if I could imagine three more different cultures than German, Texan, and what do you call someone from the Seychelles?
Seychellois, because we speak French and Creole. It's funny, I kind of think they all have a lot in common because Bavarians and Texans are kind of similar. And then if you look at the Seychellois people, they love music, they love family, they love friends, they love, to have dinners together or barbecue.
Yeah.
All of them love to barbecue, so...
Okay, so they
just some are better at brisket than the others.
I love that. And then you have a really sizable following on social media. Did you start with wellness or travel?
I started with travel.
Okay.
I worked for Euronews, which is the second largest news channel in Europe. I had a corporate job and I just wanted freedom.
Yeah.
And I wanted to figure out how do I go to these beautiful hotels and how do I afford them, right? So that started me and my bestie at the time on this journey, and we figured it out, and we got to learn how to do content, and we traveled the world, and that was the goal.
That's awesome.
To go discover new places, because when you're lost, that's when you find yourself and you find different parts of you. And so it's been a beautiful journey of adventure and exploration and growing myself and seeing beautiful cultures and nature. I love nature and the ocean. I'm a ocean conservation gal, and I support. I'm with United Nations Oceanic Global Sea Legacy, so that's where I started. And then I think I've always been kind of healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said, once or twice a year, 1 month no alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought about my foods. I've kept a decent weight, and then I guess 14 years ago I had a misdiagnosis that turned into a double pneumonia, and it went to the rest of my organs, and that just scared me. And I always did my own medical labs and focus on stuff like check in and check, really proactive with my doctor. But that didn't really start transpiring more into my Instagram or social media until about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just one day said, I feel kind of empty doing this travel thing. I want to learn more, and I want to give more to my audience. I want to, inspire people differently. And then I took a risk. I was really nervous about it, I remember. And I started this show. Back then it was Elevate Life. Now it's Legacy Lyfe, Lyfe. And I started this show. And last December, I won Best Podcast on Instagram by the Influencer Awards.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, just follow your dreams, because sometimes we are our own glass ceiling, and we are our own limitations of things that we think we can do. And so even for me, it was like an aha moment, like, wow, I can. And I was my own barrier. So I try to work on my mindset, my spiritual growth, and just getting rid of those limiting beliefs.
I love that. I love that so much. And so you do your show on Instagram Live, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is it once a week or a couple times a month?
It depends on my schedule, and but I try to do once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really have some incredible people on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we'll post this one, and I love, you know, subject matter of toxins and all different, like brain, heart, mRNA vaccine, you know, toxins. It's fascinating. This industry is growing so fast, and also the consciousness world. Like
Right.
I'm really into meditating, energy work. I started that journey working on my inner world 5 years ago.
Okay.
Have a coach. I've done a lot of different retreats.
An energy coach?
I do also have an energy coach
Okay.
that's helping me explore my gifts that actually my dear friend Dave Asprey connected me to.
Oh, awesome.
And she's helping me expand that because I have certain gifts from being born on an island near the equator, I think.
Oh,
And or can feel things. And then I had a coach work on more like, you know, NLP, different techniques,
okay.
and kind of rewinding the button of stories and trauma that and meaning and values we put to things over time. So being aware of that and meditating. I love meditating to just calm the nervous system, but also just change my energy.
Yeah.
And it's been working.
And you're a big follower of Joe Dispenza, correct?
I am.
You like his work?
I love his work. It was life-changing for me. I did 4 retreats. I've done 100 days of meditating to retrain the brain.
Wow.
And
how long each day?
I like the 1 hour ones.
Oh, wow.
I think at least in the beginning to really tap in, everybody's different. And some people can tap into it quicker.
Okay.
I think I was more in my head.
Okay.
Versus here, and I'd forgotten that you get disconnected when you're in the rush of things and in this rat race that we live in and
Right.
traveling and here and there. So I loved tapping in, and I had 2 girlfriends. We'd get up every morning and we did 6:45 a.m. start on that thing.
Okay.
So we'd see sunrise, do start, and do an hour to an hour 15. Maybe Sunday I took off, but it was 100 days and changed my life. And then I started playing with it because they say, okay, so in this frequency, can I attract something to me versus having to chase it here in this 3D world?
Right.
And I was like, okay, so you're supposed to play with it. And I played with it with a parking spot next to the one hotel in Miami where there's only like 8. And I was like, okay, I'm driving there. And I'm like, I'm going to have this parking spot. So I got it that day. And I was like, oh, okay, let me do it again. Because I don't know if that's really like, you know, in your head thinking.
Yeah, like maybe it was a
thinking
fluke.
Here, black and white, which there's more to manifesting or being able to create your world.
Right.
Like, why am I even here now? How did I get here in this business? How did I achieve this success in the longevity world? I did it because somewhere I believed it and I kept going for it, right? Or why are you here versus another profession? You're here because you're passionate about it.
Right.
And so did it the second time with the parking spot.
Wow.
And now I've been doing it with all sorts of stuff and it works.
Wow.
It's crazy. I'm meeting Tony Robbins later. I've been a big fan. And it's funny, I almost met him in Dubai with another client. I was going and then the ticket didn't work out. And I was like, it's okay. It will happen. Like, you start knowing and just believing and you just leave it up to the universe of how it shows up.
Wow.
And like 4 days ago, you know, this client also told me, hey, we're going to Tony Robbins' house and this and that. And, you know, I'm like, that's freaking amazing. I grew up on his tapes. I've always admired him and I feel honored. And it's just stuff like that happens and comes out of the blue and it's amazing.
Yeah. How do you think the energy work translates into the physical body?
Your mind is thinking, your body's listening. We are electromagnetic beings. We are energy. There's such a thing as molecules of emotions. And you know that you feel something when you're just sitting across or you're in a room or you're talking to someone. You'll feel good with someone and different with someone. It's like, so energy, 1000%, we are vibration. light energy. You guys do a lot of that here at Pure Form, and it works. There's science behind it, proving it.
Definitely.
And I think that, yes, a lot is our diagnostics and toxins, but a lot of disease or dis-ease, I like to separate the word, like Louise Hay says, and you can heal your life. And I think that your nervous system and your vagus nerve and being in that wrong sympathetic system can definitely cause chaos with your cells and create a bad coherence. So staying in that coherent state is the solution to healing as well, not just, labs and diagnostics.
Yeah, I'm such a big believer in that. I think even just throughout my own health journey throughout my life and just talking to different patients every day, you can tell when somebody's physical ailment or condition is rooted in something emotional, which is then something energetic.
100%.
Right?
Yeah,
and it's like a lot of the times I think when you have these unexplained, whether it be an autoimmune condition or other types of conditions that can, come about, a lot of times you'll see it after maybe a stressful life event or, it'll be correlated with stuck energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's so important to learn how to move through that.
Yeah. I mean, that's why Chinese medicine is important, or even just working through the meridians with acupuncture. I love acupuncture.
Me too.
And then also, I believe our fascia, the layer under our skin, is so important. I want to share something that's maybe a little TMI, but I started perimenopause last year. And so
that's never TMI around here. We talk about menopause more than,
Okay, I'm still getting used to it.
More than most.
I'm in the perimenopause group now. But yeah, so I started taking hormones for the first time in my life because I was never someone that did that. I like to be very clean and natural. And my period stopped. And this guy, Human Garage, Gary, he's amazing. Oh,
yeah, I know them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
So he went in here, and I wanted to do this thing to release from the fascia. And he went in, and let me tell you, that hurt.
Yeah.
It really hurt just thinking about it. And then I had a little bit of like cracked, like it looked like something. And then like I had a little blood after that. And I'm like, oh, I hope you didn't like break something or something burst or like, and I was really nervous for like 3 days, 4 days. My period came back after that, and it's been back ever since.
Really?
And so I think I was just holding tension, which a lot of women apparently also do.
Yeah.
I'm holding it here, and it's connected in this area. I probably can't repeat exactly how he explained it to me. All I can tell you is it worked.
I have been wanting to go to him. He's in LA, right?
He's in LA and near Tulum.
Oh, okay.
And they do an event, I think, once or twice in Miami. He's incredible.
Oh, I've been wanting to go to him for years. I've been following him
recommend
for years.
it. It's worth traveling to him because they teach you how to do it. And I had a small session that I organized in Miami, and everybody got into it because we're not stretching. We forget. We get up. You're on auto program. And you're not stretching. And so, there's going to be tensions and blockages. And it's like the most basic thing. We should be stretching every day unless you're doing yoga. That's why yoga works.
Right. Yoga is so
I don't do it either every day. I forget, but I try to at least bend over and stretch my neck. And yeah.
No, I know. For the past year, I've been getting on and off just like different kinks in my neck and in my lower back. And I keep thinking that to myself that it's like there's definitely an energetic component because it is when I'm very regular with my yoga and just a meditative practice. Like when I'm more peaceful in my mind, it doesn't happen as much, So,
well, he definitely, I didn't know you do yoga. I think, I wish I would do more yoga. But he definitely also talks about the neck or one shoulder as a parent.
Oh, yeah.
So mine was holding all this stuff for my mother.
Yeah.
And he would talk you through your emotional connection to the neck.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to manifest myself an appointment with Human Garage.
Oh, that's what I did. I manifested him. I wanted to go. And then all of a sudden there he was. And I'm like, Gary, I manifested you. Now I'm doing an event for you here in Miami.
Oh, I love that so much. Oh, please send me the details for that event. I would love to attend. Yeah.
No, I'll connect you to him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. See, I manifested it that way.
You see? You got his phone number. You're fast, honey. Woo! That's hilarious.
Okay. I know we're limited on time today, so I would love to get into a little bit of you've tried different wellness treatments all over the world. I would love to hear a little bit about what some of your favorites are.
Yeah. Well, I'm currently here on drip with you guys with phosphatidylcholine.
Yes. Yeah. For anyone not watching, Natalie is dripping a phosphatidylcholine IV while we podcast.
We're stacking, maximizing time.
Exactly.
And I think this is the future, by the way. But this is a great, it's Patricia Kane protocol. And it's a great way to kind of like detox cell membranes.
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of toxins, I was a pescatarian for 5 years. I have tons of heavy metals I'm still trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
I fly a lot. So there's a lot of random stuff I have.
Yeah.
So I do think chelation you can do, but you've got to be careful and trust the doctor that's doing it.
Yeah.
Because it can go back into the organs or it cannot flush out right. So be careful with that. I do believe in blood cleanse, like a dialysis, I've done with you guys, EBO2. That was amazing. And we mixed it with photobiomodulation, right? And so I've done that here. I've done the plasmapheresis once. I know in Switzerland, they have the inupherese. I speak German. And so one day I might do that. But I really love the hyperperfusion, which is a machine. I actually became a distributor for it. It's not cool. FDA approved. You cannot sell it in the States yet.
Okay.
But there's one coming to San Jose, Costa Rica with a regenerative clinic. And I sell to clinics outside of the U.S.
Okay.
They're already well established in Switzerland, Austria, Germany. It's been around 25 years, but it was mostly in ERs for kidney failure. And it's a resin filter adsorption. So you've got all these different filters, and like plasmapheresis is great. EBO2 is great. Hyperperfusion is great because every toxin, you can get cytokines and inflammation markers out, but every toxin, every heavy metal has a different molecular size. So all these different blood cleanses, they're going to move the needle for those patients that have tons of heavy metals, like me. If you don't have tons of heavy metals, then by all means, stay natural. Don't do too much. But for me and for, some of I do one-on-one consulting. So I also help like cancer patients or autoimmune. And I advise them, hey, go to this clinic, go see Dr. Parita for this, go see, brain specialist, Dr. Eckel in Utah for this, go in Dubai, in Germany, wherever you are. I guide people on which doctor and clinic to go to. So I love discovering unique labs, the right way to find what you have. If I told you all this stuff I found on me, I thought I was doing a story. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I'm also one of those, well, victim, I wouldn't say victim. I would say opportunity.
Okay.
To find out, hey, yeah, I have mold. I did not assume or think ever that I would have mold. And, but my aunt's apartment, it's an old writing castle. And yeah, they found mold in the air. Then I checked my blood. I found it. Wow. I've had glyphosate because I was always a salad girl, pescatarian. So I really am proactive about the labs from Germany to London to the States and Dubai. Like, I think that, we should all be focusing on our GI map, our microbiome. I think a lot of people after if you've had the mRNA vaccine, definitely you may have lower bifidobacteria, which is what Dr. Sabine Hazan says. It's a possibility. She's with Progenobiome, a clinical trial microbiome company out of California. She also does fecal transplants. And so and if you've had antibiotics, I had a lot of antibiotics as a child and during that pneumonia, so it killed a lot of my gut. So I have to be very proactive. And I love learning from different doctors, globally. I'm so blessed and lucky to learn about, different labs, different way to check the mitochondria. I do believe also in hyperbaric. I think oxygen is amazing. I just did the IHHT, which just came actually to Centner. They just came to the States. I should connect you with them.
We trained them.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys you're like way ahead, and that's why I love Dr. Parita.
Yes.
And yeah, so I also think stem cells are, this type, what you guys do here is great. I think that I need to wait till my heavy metals are out and clean out the trash before you put new ones back in so they can really work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do a lot of like detox protocols, cleansing, cleaning, making sure that I'm not nutrient deficient, just, always checking up. I think that we've got to all do an MRI every year and a half.
Full body?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do the Prenuvo?
I've done the Prenuvo.
Okay.
And then I did a really cool CT scan that's super, super low radiation and faster. That's out of Houston with advanced longevity. It's a special kind of machine.
Cool.
And, maybe once the DEXA, just so that you know and understand your muscle mass. Gosh, I've done a lot of like age counting like devices, which has been interesting. I do a lot of different products as well. And I love learning about, what's the right way to improve the microbiome. And I think we shouldn't over supplement, but yes, I've done genetic tests. I really love Intellect's DNA. I think the most SNPs, and you just do it once, and then your genetics, you check your epigenetics, know your imbalances, and then you can counterbalance.
Right.
I've done in Munich, another thing is the bio regenerator. It's a €150,000 machine, and it's this cool bed, and you lay in it, no metal, no iPhone, and it kind of just stimulates the protons and neutrons of your mitochondria. So it creates this energy force to improve the energy for your mitochondria. So I've done that. I've done cryo and all these other different things. Yeah, there's so many different gadgets I've done. I love discovering, but I also like to make sure that it's kind of safe or proven or scientific. I'm not, I really do tend to trust the Germans and the Swiss, and also America, where they're also cautious in what they allow through the FDA. But yeah, I'm a little also proactive, but also cautious.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to be, because it is. You can get carried away, and if you're doing too much, that's not a good thing either, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you want to have balance.
You can over biohack.
Definitely.
So, and then you're causing damage. So, I also love infrared sauna.
Yeah.
I mean, but maybe doing like I do Quicksilver Scientific PushCatch, which is the liquids and then the binders with the pills. And then you do the sauna mixed in with it to kind of detox.
Yeah. We just had Chris on the podcast, and he talked a lot about PushCatch, and he mentioned actually doing the push portion. So you drink the liver sauce, sauna, and then you do the binder, which made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do that protocol?
I do that too.
I've done that in the past too, and I really like it. And after talking to him, I'm like, I'm definitely going to do that again.
Yeah. We should do a cleanup at least once a year.
Yes. Yeah. I think a common misnomer is that, well, I shouldn't say it's a misnomer, because to some degree our bodies do detox on our own. But I think with the environment that we all live in nowadays, especially you live in Miami, I live in West Palm, it's like there's a lot floating around in the air and in the water, and you go to a restaurant and, you eat seed oils, like we're all exposed to glyphosate. There's so much taxing our system and filling our toxin cup. I think it can be really beneficial to regularly detox.
Oh, we have to.
Yes.
Because we're not living in a blue zone.
Right.
We're living in this red zone, and we're in a rat race, and we have all these toxins exposure. Yeah.
Right.
So we need to be proactive.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here today. I don't want to go over time with you, but where can people find you?
They can find me on Natalie Lefevre, LEFEVRE.com. On Instagram, it's under island_Natalie.
Yes. And
the show Legacy Lyfe is on there with the interviews. And Legacy Lyfe, LYFE.com is coming out soon too.
Oh. All right. Well, with that, we'll wrap it up. But super excited to see what's coming with Legacy Lyfe, and I'm sure we'll have you back on it.
Thank you.
Excited
to see you again soon.
Yes, definitely. This podcast was brought to you by Pureform, a comprehensive wellness center in Boca Raton, Florida. The website is pureformhealth.com, or you can find us on Instagram at pureformhealth. Feel free to message us with any questions, and note that you can connect with our providers for consultations over Zoom, from everything from stem cell therapy to hormone replacement therapy and peptide therapy. That's it for this episode of the Healthspan Collective. We hope you found it insightful and inspiring. Don't forget to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, we'd love for you to rate, review, subscribe, and send it to a friend. We'd also love to connect with you on Instagram. Follow the podcast at Healthspan Collective and me at Nicole J. Doran. And leave us a comment on our latest post, letting us know what you'd like us to cover next.